seriously think Gen Z is just screwed. In 2026, Gen Z just simply earns way less than it costs to survive. The average Gen Zer makes about $25K a year, which is around $21,000 a month, and spends basically all of it on bills or rent.
As a younger millennial, I'm really beginning to question when we're going to call it a fucking day. You know, I mean, I know the vast majority of us have woken up, thankfully, and we've realized that we've been sold a fucking lie, pretty much our entire lives, and that this American dream is not fucking, it's not attainable.
You know, maybe it just isn't worth it for Gen Z and millennials to really make an effort in today's society. With the cost of everything going up, people are realizing that the juice is not worth the squeeze. In fact, if you squeeze it, you'll get lemon juice all in your eye, and that burns for days. And then after you clean it, you see the world for what it is. Lemons without lemonade. Let's react together to a bunch of videos of people realizing this in today's day and age. With that being said, let's dive into it.
As a younger millennial, I'm really beginning to question when we're going to call it a fucking day. You know, I mean, I know the vast majority of us have woken up, thankfully, and we've realized that we've been sold a fucking lie, pretty much our entire lives, and that this American dream is not fucking, it's not attainable. It's not attainable. It was attainable for the older generations. As we know, they were able to work their 40 hours a week and reap the benefits. Whereas we have to work 2 to 3 jobs just to achieve the same results. And I'm in a position where realistically, I will have to get a second job in order to better my situation. Potentially even maybe get a third to help pay down my debt. And I'm not fucking doing it. I'm not fucking participating in this. I'm not doing it. I'm fucking exhausted. I'm exhausted. I've worked since I was 14 years old. I think most millennials are in the same boat. We've been working forever and we're fucking burnt out. There's been many phases throughout my life where I've had to work multiple jobs just to get by. Just to get by. And I have nothing to show for it. I don't have a house. My car, I've been driving the same car since I was in college. So 10 years, over 10 years. It's fucking falling apart. I can barely afford groceries. I'm living with my parents because I can't afford to rent on my own. People say, oh, we'll just get roommates. I'm 30 fucking years old. I shouldn't have to live with fucking roommates. I'm an adult. I was able to live on my own before. Not anymore, though. All of our clothes are fucking plastic. All of our food is poisonous. It's fucking toxic. And we're paying top dollar for it. I don't have health care. Because when I was laid off, obviously, I lost my insurance. And I found a way to work for myself. But I can't afford health care. If I do need something, I'm paying out of pocket.
And that is a realization a lot of people are coming towards. Western countries like Canada and the United States, working 40 hours a week just doesn't cut it anymore in today's day and age. That's why people have 2 or 3 jobs. That's why the whole idea of hustle culture came about during the millennials' entrance into the job market, because they realized that the regular salaries they were getting didn't match the cost of living that's been affecting everyone in the Western world.
Graduated in 2025 with a bachelor's degree, did you know you're more likely to be unemployed than someone who's a high school dropout? And it's about to cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars. Canada's youth unemployment just hit 13.3%. But here's what nobody is talking about. The Parliamentary Budget Officer is warning that this is going to impact your lifetime earnings. We're not talking about a few paychecks. We're talking about permanent financial damage. Economists call it labor market scarring. When you can't find work early in your career, research shows that you'll earn 10 to 15% less over the first decade, even when you find a job. That means that you could lose $200,000 to $400,000 forever. Meanwhile, entry-level jobs requiring degrees have collapsed from 70,000 openings to under 30,000 openings. You're overeducated and underexperienced. Now you might be wondering, what's the government's answer? Well, they have rolled out the Canada Summer Job Program. It subsidizes employers to hire you for as little as 8 weeks. You heard that right, 8 weeks, when this crisis could follow you for 10 years. This is not just about a first job either. This is about being able to afford a home, starting a family, retiring with dignity. We're seeing right now an entire generation that is being permanently priced out of the future that they were promised when they signed up to go to university and take on student loans. If this is happening to you or somebody that you know, follow for more to know what's really going on with our economy. Drop a comment below with your experience trying to find work after graduation. Have you found a job? Are you still looking? Let me know.
And that's why younger people are not going to university and college as much anymore. The rate of people entering college and universities is actually declining, thankfully, because universities and colleges were like parasites, just sucking away all the money, giving people crappy degrees, essentially fake degrees that are worthless and they can't get you any job anywhere. But they'll do anything to take your money. Gen Z is looking at 450K starter homes, 50K cars, and 60K degrees for a job that's about to be replaced by AI and being told this is normal. This is why mental health crisis is happening so often now with young people, because the struggle's real.
We've worked through recessions, layoffs, housing spikes, student loans, pandemics, and somehow we're the fragile one. Bagging groceries at 14, flipping burgers at 16, working our way through college at 18, then at 20.
We would like to
Flipping burgers at 16, working our way through college at 18. Excuse me, but we have worked through recessions, layoffs, housing spikes, student loans, pandemics, and somehow we're the fragile one. Bagging groceries at 14, flipping burgers at 16, working our way through college at 18. Then at 20, we're working 2 jobs plus an unpaid internship so that we can do what you told us to do. We don't hate work. We hate working 60, 70, 80 hours a week and still needing a roommate at 35. You told us get good grades, stay out of trouble, go to college, work hard. We did. Now, all of us have debt, burnout, and a degree that we can't even use because allegedly you need a doctorate and 95 years of experience just to be the assistant manager at a Hot Topic. No. We didn't avoid work. We followed the instructions. We were raised on rub some dirt on it, rise and grind. You can sleep when you're dead, no days off. We believed you, and now we're tired. Oh, no. We do not lack work ethic. We lack a return on investment. Because if hard work guaranteed stability, we'd all be millionaires. We're not scared of work. We're tired of empty promises. Master's degree preferred. 5 years of experience. $12.50 an hour. We're not lazy. We're aware. Yes, hard work does pay off. And work ethic matters. There's no question about that. We're not quitting. We're questioning because we did all of the things that you told us to do. And it's still not enough. Millennials did not lose their work ethic. We lost our blind trust. And that scares people who benefit from it.
And that could collapse the entire system, because if younger generations just lose trust in the entire system, then we are in for economic ruin. Not just a collapse. I mean, good luck putting the pieces together, especially with AI being the main tool for knowledge, taking away almost every job available except for a few hard labor jobs and manual labor jobs, which eventually, if AI merges perfectly with robotics, they'll probably come for that too, leaving people hopeless and desperate for any semblance of hope.
I seriously think Gen Z is just screwed. In 2026, Gen Z just simply earns way less than it costs to survive. The average Gen Zer makes about 25K a year, which is around $21,000 a month, and spends basically all of it on bills or rent. Nearly half of Gen Z runs out of money before the end of the month ends, and that's not just budgeting, that's just survival at that point. And don't get me started on student loan debt, because the average Gen Zer also has about 30K of student loan debt on top of all of that. We are spending more on essentials than any other previous generation, and wages just keep going down, and the cost of living just keeps going up. You're not failing in life. The system is just completely fucked us over. Budgeting does help, don't get me wrong. I still use mine to budget and track all of my expenses, but the system is still failing us.
The system has definitely failed young people, and I've even noticed that younger people, Gen Zs, they're really into thrifting right now, which is weird because the millennial generation in their early 20s was not super into thrifting because we still wanted new stuff, because new shiny stuff is always better, right? But a lot of Gen Zs are aware of not only how bad and poor quality the clothing is nowadays, they're also aware that they can't afford that. That's why they're thrifting like crazy now. And I don't blame them. Leave your thoughts down below about this subject in the comment section, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.